All right, good evening, people. Thank you for joining again in these meetings. I'm very excited to be sharing a lot with you. The last meeting was very technical. We had a lot going on, a lot of technical terms and a lot of how the brain works and how do our thoughts process our body and how our life experiences change us. And it was a lot of that. Just to recap a little bit, I have here in my notes that we talk about what is the conscious mind, what is the unconscious mind. And we said that the conscious mind is the creative mind, and the subconscious mind, it's our thoughts, it's our habits, and who we have been becoming ourselves since we were born. And we also talk about how our biology can relate to the mechanism of a new computer, right? Since we were born, we have this processor, but we don't have the apps downloaded into it, which means that all of our experiences, it's what actually makes us who we are. And when I say our experiences has to do with how do you see the world, but also how other people around us see the world. So if our parents, our family members, our relatives, brothers, sisters, tells us that something is a certain way, we believe it. We create it as our reality. And life goes on. We create ourselves as an individual. And then when we become adults, we have all these ideas and we have all these realities inside of us, but they don't necessarily align to who we really are. And then when we become teenagers or we become young adults, our behaviors not necessarily are aligned with our desired goals. And that's where the conflict starts, right? That's when we start acting a certain way, and then we catch ourselves thinking, why did I did that? Like, that's not really who I want to be, or that's not really what I want to do next. And it's because we have been wired that way, right? We have been taught, we have been taught certain things, and we have been taught how life is supposed to be, or how life it is through the eyes of others, through the experiences of others. A lot of cultural things as well. Sometimes our parents, our siblings, our family members, our culture are telling us these things, and it doesn't even align with them either. That's the crazy part of it, right? Things that we do based of our sex, or if you're a woman, you don't do these things. If you're a man, you don't do these things. But is that really who we are? Not necessarily, right? We have been downloaded all these beliefs. What I'm going to teach you today is that not necessarily because those beliefs are inside of your brain and you have been acting based on all of those experiences and all that knowledge, it means that you can continue being that way. You might say to yourself today, I'm already like this, I'm not going to change. Cool. You're not going to change if you don't want to. But if you want to change, you can make that change. If you want to change the way you feel about things, if you want to take your life and take it into a different direction, you can absolutely 100% do that. It all depends on how much you want and how clear are you, how connected are you with who you really are. And that takes time. It takes time to meditate. It takes time to think about it. And sometimes we just go through the motions. We just go through life doing things without even thinking about it, right? Sometimes when we get in trouble and we do things that not necessarily are aligned to what we should be doing, or it goes aligned with what we need to do, then it's when the problems happen, right? Then it's when we take a time to think, why is this happening to me? And a lot of times when we ask that question, we're like, why is this happening to me? Then these thoughts of victimization come in, right? Then we become the victim of our own selves. Oh, It's because of this, it's because of that. And then we blame people and then we blame things. And I'm going to tell you today, you're not right. You're not wrong in thinking like that. It's very difficult for a human being to act in a conscious way if we don't take the time to meditate, if we don't take the time to connect with ourselves. If you don't do that, if you don't practice those things, we're just going through the motions, because 95% of our brain works based on that programming that we already talked about. It works based on cause and effect. It works based on habits. It works based of whatever it is surrounding us, what we have learned, and how we do these things. Okay, you speak a certain way because you've been taught to. You learn it. You learn it from seeing others. You learn it from your community. You learn it from your parents. Same way. If you have a parent, and I'm going to give you my example. If you have a parent that is very corajudo, you know, it gets angry for little things and it explodes and it yells and it does all these things. That's exactly how we're going to learn how to react to things. If there's something that's going wrong, if there's something that's not going my way, if there's something that I don't know how to move forward from it, if there's something that's challenging me, if there's something that's frustrating me, and that is the way that I've learned how to fix things. If it's by yelling and screaming or throwing things or fighting, that's exactly how I'm going to behave. I have behaved like that many times. I still do sometimes, because it is what my programming is. Because of the way that other people have teach us, and because of the way of how we have been surrounded ourselves with our culture of parents or siblings and everything that we have been saying, it's what has formed us. This is not your fault. It is not a moment to say as well, oh, so I'm a victim of this, I can't do anything about it. No. The cool part is, once you acknowledge that there's a behavior in you, that it doesn't align with who you truly are or who you want to become, you can change it. You can rewire your brain. You're already wired, to go back to the same example, you're already wired to be angry and to react in an explosive way if something's going wrong or if you're getting frustrated. But what if that doesn't feel right to you? What if that is not who you want to be? Then how do you change it? How do you rewire your brain doing that? First of all, you have to ask yourself, and you have to have a conversation with yourself. You have to have a moment of silence, a moment of meditation, and you have to think who I want to be. I want to be a compassionate person, or I want to be a happy person, or I want to learn how to communicate more effectively with people. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it, but you need to first find out what is it that you want. What is the change that you want to find in yourself? If you get in trouble because you're reactive, then do you want to change that? Or is it because you're getting in trouble all the time because you're following what other people say, and it's easier for you to follow what other friends says to do instead of following what you really want to do? So I'm going to ask you right now, and I want to see some answers in the chat box. I want to see some interaction, guys. What of your life right now you want to change and you want to do differently? What is something that you really want that you haven't been able to achieve? Just type it in the chat box. And I'm not going to say names. It's just say something that you want, something that you desire to create, that you haven't created it because you don't know how. Okay, better decision. That's a good one. I'm sorry, I don't know what a faux show is. Can you explain? Oh, okay. So how does it feel to be in that situation right now? And type it again. I see getting out of probation. I see feeling better with myself. So how does this feel in this moment? Not having what you want, not having what you desire to create. How does that make you feel? Impatient? Frustrated? Yes. Mad? Stress out? Yeah. All of those things are very valid, right? So then, what is it now? Like, what is it like now? So if you feel like that, what is it? What is happening right now in your life that it's making you feel like that? Work. Work is happening. Me too. Not having the time. School. So if you want to create something in your life that you don't have right now, right? And it makes you feel frustrated, angry, stressed out, impatient, and all of these things, right? And you know what is it that it's causing it, okay? What would somebody like you have to believe in order to create the change? What would you have to believe in order to create that change? That I can do it, right? Okay, that I can do it. So you guys are saying that in order to achieve what you want and make that change, you have to think that you can do it. So it means that in this moment, do you believe you can do it? Yesterday, were you believing that you could do it? When you were frustrated, were you believing that you could do it? Were you motivated? Today, are you motivated? I think if you're frustrated, you're not motivated in the moment. And that's where the conflict begins. That's where we are wanting to be somebody or still being the other person who we were raised to be. And that's where all the conflict and the craziness starts in our head, right? So what else would you think that somebody will have to believe in order to make that change other than they can do it? Is there anything else? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. That is possible. Yes, that is very much possible. Okay. So, gotta have trust, yes. But we have to trust ourselves. We have to trust ourselves that we can become something different than who we really are today. We have to become different from our experiences. We have to become different from our culture. We have to become different from our family. We have to become different from our mess that we already have made in the past. We have to become different from what everybody tells us, like, oh, it's impossible, you can't do that. No, we have to become different. We have to become more. And in order to do that, we really have to believe that we can do it. Okay. And in order to believe it, in order to have it imprinted in our minds and in our soul, we have to create that change. And that's where the rewiring comes from. Okay. So in order to make that change, there's different techniques that you can do. There's one that I already spoke to you last week, right? We mentioned that it was the meditation, right? We said that if you try to meditate, if you try to relax your mind, and you try to focus, and you actually are able to relax, think, breathe, focus on a daily basis, you're going to create changes in you. You're going to create positive changes in you. You're going to feel better. You're going to trust yourself more. You're going to be less stressed out. You're going to be less frustrated. There's a lot of magical things that happen. But today, I'm going to teach you a really quick technique. If you guys are in, right? If you guys want to do it with me, I'm going to teach you a quick technique that we can do all together today. And I think it's really exciting that we can all do it together. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect with a feeling of motivation, okay? I want you to now think of a moment in your life that you were super motivated, okay? Like out of this world motivated, that you couldn't wait to tell people how you were feeling, or somebody in your family what was going on and how exciting it was. Think about a moment like that. And please type in, like, just say a few words of what it was. What was that motivation? What was that experience that make you feel super motivated? Football season for sure. Awesome. I know nothing about football. Okay, who else? Come on, guys. I want to see some responses here. Wow, 5 touchdowns in one game. That's impressive. A work project for students.
Well accredited.
Okay. Football project. Something that you achieved by yourself. Something that that you thought that you, at the beginning, that you could not get to it. And then when you actually did it, you were like, yes. Okay. Other than the football, anybody else? Can you get me a name for that feeling? Can you put it yourself? Duathlon, a race, nice. Hyped up, excitement, yes. Come on, guys, I need some names. Name that feeling. Accomplish, excited. Happiness. Confidence, yes. Confident. Music, yes. Proud, yes. All of those are amazing words. Please hold on to that name. Proud, confident, awesome. Accomplish. Cool. So now that we have that name of that feeling of motivation, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do anchoring, okay? So anchoring, it's a very simple technique that we're all going to do together right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to step into that feeling. We're going to step into that word that you just said. We're going to step into confidence. We're going to step into excitement. We're going to step into proud. And even if you have to do it by remembering that moment in time, that's fantastic, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna think about the thing that we want right now that we're not able to get to, that we're not able to achieve, that makes us frustrated, sad, impatient, and all of those things that we have said. We're gonna think about that first, and then we're gonna step again into the confidence, into the happiness, into the proud and the excitement and all of those amazing feelings. And what anchoring means is that we're going to connect that emotion with a physical touch. Okay. I know it sounds weird, but it's going to work. I promise you. If you step into it with me, you're going to feel amazing afterwards. So what we're going to do is I'm going to encourage you to touch maybe your pinky. So anchoring means that we're going to do a physical touch with that memory, and we're going to repeat the memory. We're going to enhance the memory. And at the end of it, that memory is going to get imprinted. That feeling of accomplishment, of feeling proud, excited, happy, and all of those amazing things are going to get imprinted in your memory with the physical touch of what you choose. You could be this pinky, or you could be you can touch a knuckle, you can do whatever you want, but just choose something. Choose something that it will be quick, that it will be easy, and then you can just tap into it whenever you want. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna create this anchor of this good, amazing emotion, and we're gonna use it to supplement it or to contrast, right? The emotion that we don't want when we don't want it. For example, we're on probation, we're frustrated, we're feeling super anxious. Probation officer, it's giving us instructions that we don't even know how to do, and we're just feeling like, ah. And in that moment, boom, we remember that we have an anchor. We have an anchor for feeling confidence that we can accomplish this, that we can conquer this moment. And we're going to touch that anchor, and we're going to replace all of those emotions negative. We're going to replace them with positive ones. That's how it's going to work in the future. I'm just going to gift you this tool for you to utilize in the future. It's up to you if you want to take it right now and use it. I have my anchors and I use them all the time. I work in a restaurant. It's super stressful. It's crazy. I'm actually at the restaurant right now. So it's a really cool thing that you guys can have for the rest of your life. It's up to you if you want to engage in it and you want to take this moment to have this gift. This is how rewiring works, guys. Rewiring is nothing more than just taking something that we don't want and building it into something that we want. It's how we create change. We create change by knowing what we want, acknowledging how it makes us feel, and then replacing it with something that we want, replacing it with an emotion that it's positive and that is going to impact us in a good way. There's always a way of getting out of anything that we want. Even when we think that the life is going so bad that there's no exit, there's always an exit. We just have to choose it. We can't choose unless we know what we want. You guys have to connect with yourselves, and you guys have to think about the things that you want. So we just did all that right now, right? We already know what we want. We already know how it makes us feel. We already know all these things. So now, before we start the exercise, I want to see some numbers, okay? I want to see some numbers from 0 to 10. 10, it's you're in a river full of boulders and there's no way you could cross. There's no way you can cross that river and you can get to the other side. That's 10. And 0 is, this is a breeze. I got this. I can do this. So how do you feel right now? In relationship to that goal that you want, in relationship to that thing that you don't want anymore in your life. From 0 to 10, how do you feel right now? A 5, a 4, okay. A 9, yes. 5, 6, 5. Okay, 7. A lot of the things that I've worked in my life, guys, I'm at above 10. If I could use more than 10, I would use it. So it's okay to have 10s in your life. 6, beautiful. Okay. Are you guys ready? So the advanced anchoring technique, we're gonna start right now. I'm gonna choose to do this pinky. I'm gonna choose to touch these 2 fingers together. You can choose whatever finger you want, okay? This is what I'm choosing. You can choose to do different knuckles. You can touch your hand, whatever it is, okay? And at this moment, I'm gonna encourage you to close your eyes real quick. And I want you to carry that emotion of frustration, of wanting to get out of whatever it is that you want to get out of right now, or achieving what it is that you want to achieve and not being able to. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to step in that emotion of frustration, of anger, of anxiety, of all of these things. Okay? And I want you to feel with all of your body that emotion of not being able, of not good enough, of not being capable, of not having the time, of not knowing how. And notice what people say about you, what people see you for. Notice everything. Notice how you see yourself in this moment. Now, I want you to touch your anchor. I want you to touch your anchor. Press that anchor really hard, okay? And now I want you to jump to the other side of the river. I want you to jump to the other side of the river where you already accomplished everything that you want. And I want you to feel that motivation that you felt, that you described earlier. I want you to feel that motivation when you were like, yes. When you did those goals, when you did the races, when you did all of those things amazing that you guys were sharing. All of those were amazing motivational moments. I want you to step into that moment right now. And really take in this experience, really take in these feelings of feeling amazing, of feeling motivated, of feeling accomplished, of feeling empowered, of feeling that you have all the time in the world to do anything that you want and how you want it, to create the life that you want. And I want you to feel quickly how much you want that goal. How much you want this emotion to carry you all the way to that goal that you want. Take a big breath. And as you carry on, feeling those breaths, and as you carry on, once you breathe in and you breathe out, on your breath out, I want you to feel even more that emotion of motivation, I want you to feel that you're getting ahead. I want you to feel that you're feeling happy with each big breath. Please, guys, stay with me. I guarantee you this is going to work. Take those big breaths and feel more and more. Feel how there's something growing inside of you that it's like, it makes you feel like unstoppable. It makes you feel that you're growing. It makes you feel that there's nothing stopping you at this moment in time. And I want you to hold on to that anchor really tight, okay? Keep your eyes closed and keep breathing, and keep how there's like this throbbing light that's growing inside of you and that is coming out of you like if there was a volcano, okay? And if there's something in the way of that feeling right now, in this right moment, I want you to let go of this feeling right now. I want you to let go of the feeling that is stopping you and let this feeling of motivation, of action, of empowerment, of happiness grow more and more inside of you. And be in that moment where you're the best version of yourself. Feel the best version of yourself with every breath in and out. Feel as deeply as you can. And feel it and just imagine it. What would it be? What would it like to be? To have everything that I want right now? How would that feel? What would I need to think to feel that way or to be that way? What do I need to think? I need to think that I'm invincible. I need to think that I can do this no matter what. I need to think that I can conquer anything impossible. I need to think that there's nothing impossible right now. And now I want you to double this feeling, double it again, feeling more and more inside of your body. Double it and double it again. Feel how there's this emotion inside of you that you feel that it's going to explode outside of you. Feel like there's lava coming out of you, fireworks. Feel that there's nothing in the way of you and your goal right now. And now feel how this feeling is so big that it's surrounding you, that it's around you, that it's in your space. This energy is so big that it's in your space around you right now. It's like a bubble covering you around you. And you feel it with every cell in your body. Every cell in your body right now, it's feeling happy, it's feeling accomplished, it's feeling excited, it's feeling invincible, it's feeling everything that you want to feel. And there's nothing negative in there. Every cell in your body is feeling it right now. I want you to hold to the ankle really tightly right now. And in this precise moment, poof, let it go. Let it go. And just breathe. And now breathe more calmly. Now breathe more easily. And let go of your anchor. Just let it go. And take your moment to sink in. The anchors works the best when you did the full exercise, and eventually after we're done this conversation, after we're done our meeting, we're able to go back to it. And if there's something bothering you or you just want to test it, you can just go and touch that pinky or touch whatever it is that you did in your hands, and you're able to connect to that emotion. Okay. So I want you to ask you right now to close your eyes again and to touch your anchor and let me know if you can feel it. Were you able to feel it? Can you guys answer? Sorry, I'm a little thirsty. Kinda. Okay. Arturo, what do you think was in the way? The time? What do you mean by the time? Oh, like thinking about not having time. Okay. Do you think, would you be able to remember how to do this exercise again and try to like take yourself through the emotions and try to anchor yourself with an emotion again? So guys, what we just did, it's really, really amazing. Like psychologists, neuroscientists are doing these things in order to change behavior in people, in order to create positive changes. You can use this at any time that you want. And in fact, you can create different anchorings. So today we created an anchor for being motivated and feeling excited about something and being able to accomplish things that we want. But let's say you want to create an anchor for some other emotion. You want to flip an emotion that you have. If you want to create a change on you for something and you want to flip something, you can practice this at home. You can be in a quiet space and you can actually create the emotion of negative first, know exactly what you want, and then dip into that emotion that you really want, that you want to have access. It's like having an emotion in the pocket, having an emotion in your pocket. So you can take it out of your pocket and actually use it como un amuleto. I don't know how to say that in Spanish, in English. Como si pudiera sacar algo del bolsillo, right? And take it and use it as a token, right? As a positive token in order to change a moment in time. If you guys want to learn more about this, you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. We are Bright Compass. You can follow us on Facebook and also type us questions if you want to learn more about this. If you want to practice more about this, we will definitely be doing more. The following week, we're going to do another meditation and we're going to practice more this type of exercises. But please, guys, don't let this anchor go. Use this anchor in order to change anything that's going bad at a certain moment. If you were able to do it, I can guarantee you're going to be able to acquire it again. You're going to be able to grab it again and use it. You just have to close your eyes, or even not even close your eyes. Just take a big breath, touch that anchor, and that emotion is going to come back to you. Okay. If there's anything else that I can help you guys with, please type it in. Please let me know if you guys have any questions. We still have some time. I actually finished a lot earlier today. So please let me know if you have any questions right now about what we just did. If you're able, I saw a bunch of yeses. Don't let it go, guys. Use it. Use that anchor. It's going to help you move on, and it's going to help you create new positive changes in your brain, in your body, and it's going to help you achieve anything that you guys want. Feels good, not gonna lie. Thank you. Awesome. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that some of you were able to connect with those emotions and actually get the things that you needed. Yeah, eyes open or closed, it doesn't matter. The important part is that you were able to create a physical connection and whatever part of your body you chose with the emotion. That way you can actually acquire that emotion again when you guys need it. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, if we don't have any questions, then